All right, today we're gonna be back testing. We're gonna be back testing order flow and support and resistance. Hope that didn't sound too trippy. Order flow and support and resistance. So support would be like right there. Actually, what we're gonna do, we're gonna be marking the support as this whole candle. The candle peak that tested the level, we're marking that as support, and then resistance would be, the same thing right here. Why is it lagging? So this would be resistance, this would be support, and we're gonna be back testing that with order flow, meaning this right here. So there's a level of support and a low volume node, then we taking a trade off that basically. Anyway, exact same fundamentals, session high and low, sweep, and also I saw something where you get a sweep like this, and then the range from here to where it swept, and you take an inversion off of once it touches the 50%, the equilibrium of the range after a sweep. It's worth looking into as well. It's currently 10 p.m. We're going to be backtesting for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to be getting off, going to bed. Alright. We got looks like we might be reversing. Let's see if we touch the equilibrium of this range. We might have a small retrace here, especially since we just tapped. Well, again, here's this support right here. Here, I'll mark this. Here it is. That's that level of support I want to see tapped into. And then we can take a short off of that. Okay, this looks like really good shorts. Big low volume node right here. Honestly, I'll take a short at right here. Yeah, I'll take a short right here. Target this low. Surely this is a good spot to long, right? 5-minute inversion. 1-minute inversion right here. That wasn't a 1 minute, by the way. I'm gonna lock in real quick. Okay, let me explain my reasoning so I can look back at this and understand why I decided to do that. We had support right here, directly at this level, and it looks like we were holding that. Then we had a 5-minute inverse right there, and then I fibbed it, and we got a retrace back to equilibrium of this range, moving up, and I longed upwards to this untapped 5-minute gap right here, which also lined up with a low volume node. That's why I took that. This was 60 points, risking also, one more thing. I think that from now on, when we do trades, we need to see if it's possible to put the thing at the bottom of the Fibonacci tool. I think that will save us. Nah. Maybe we just put it at the bottom of this right here. Price loves the wick of this though. I'm gonna say just keep it where it seems reasonable. Also, the other day in FB, I was thinking about trading it. I did not trade it, and I actually slept in by accident because I stayed up too late. And I just slept through all my alarms, and I'm so happy I did, because I knew a lot of people who did not have success because it wicked both ways. So it hit someone's buy and it hit your stop, and then it went the opposite direction. So I don't know if it went up or down first, but it would have blown my account, which I'm so happy I did not. Also, we're risking more now because we've been risking like these 5 micros, and we're not going to get anywhere when we need to full port these evaluations so we can pass faster. Because the more I linger on these evaluation accounts, I'm less likely to pass them, to be honest with you. So, with that being said, we're either having big wins or big losses from now on, unless we decide to close the trade early and we have a smaller loss. But we need to pass these accounts faster if we're going to get anywhere. Okay, so based on this market right here, I see a level of support right here. Right here. I don't know if you can see this. It's like right here. It looks like the market either rejects off this or pushes through and bounces off. And it looks like we just pushed through. And there's a low volume node right here. And so I'm thinking about just taking a trade based on... I love this song. Hold up. Based on literally just this right here. We just get a 1-minute inverse. But it doesn't look like we should take that. Perfect. We got to tap into it. Can we get a 1-minute inverse of any type? Or can we just long off of this? let's say we longed off of the 50% and just target the high. What happens? Okay, looks like that did work in the short term. You can see exactly what I was talking about. We came here and we had a bounce upwards, but we didn't carry the momentum very high at all. And then I want to test the 50% of the range. Which immediately it looks like it lines up with this support a lot better, if I'm being honest with you. Here it is, that right there. There's that support. Let's go to 3 minute. This looks like it has potential, but it never tapped it. So next day. Looks like we're consolidating a little bit. We're going to want to manipulate. We are in a very nice uptrend though. Does this even line up? Hold up. Very large uptrend. I think we're going to want to take out these highs. That was closer than I thought it was going to be. Here's the 50% of this range. Does he mean the opposite direction? Hold on. This is clear shorts. I'm an idiot, bro. I'm not looking at the highs like I just said. Here's high. There's resistance right here at the highest point. Just mark out this wick right here. We hit it and bounce all the way back up. 30 more minutes of back testing. I would have taken a short position here if there was a 1 minute gap inverse, but there was not. Alright, we're coming in contact with this top 4 hour gap. We already tapped it though a couple times. Big CPI wick. I think this is Wednesday the 18th, January 2023. PPI. So immediately I'm going to target this data high. Immediately. Alright, we just wicked it out. Perfect. We can get a 1 minute inversion here. Perfect. We can immediately just short that. Although there is a... Wow. Okay, that actually, I was actually thinking that could happen. The reason is big low volume node, which of course, oh wait. I think we already did wick out the news data low. Wow, okay. Well, I was thinking this could happen because I don't know if you'll see this. There's this low volume node, and then there's, yeah, this resistance right here. Here it is. Wow. Okay, okay. Did we get a 1 minute inversion upwards? Not particularly. Alright. But
my kids can't hide anything from me. I'm home. Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up. Charmin.
gosh, that's beautiful. All right, I think that we need these prominent highs like this. This is our major support. Bro, this song is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Once again, going straight to midnight open. But I think we might go lower. Oh my gosh, perfect entry? Hold up. Oh my goodness, what a insanely perfect entry. No way, that doesn't hit, right? Right at midnight. There we go. 65 points. That was an absolutely gorgeous trade. Oh my goodness. We reacted off this 5-minute low volume node, and then we edged London low, like super strong draw on liquidity right there. 20 more minutes. Ah, freaking did it again. I'm expecting reaction here. Some type. Or maybe we should be going the opposite direction. Clear support, low volume node. 5-minute gap. Push higher. What's our draw? Draw would be there. Four-hour unfilled gap.
This is a team feeling zen.
Wow.
These are the Dell PowerEdge servers.
All right, so that was based off of a...
Take care of themselves, so the team can spend less time stressing and more time growing their business.
Whoa, looks like you're backing up a bit here. Okay, Luann? Is there a Luann in the house?
Remember, you don't work here. Young home.
That was based off of a... We're in this curve upwards. We have resistance all along the center here. We just broke through that resistance. Then we had to retrace back into a 5-minute gap, which also aligned with a low volume node. And then we just targeted a 4-hour unfilled 4-hour gap. That's what that trade was based off of. How high do we go? Wow. Is this all-time highs? No, it's not. I accidentally pressed too far. But let's look at this day. We got nobody in sight right now. And we just took out these very prominent highs. Honestly, I'd be expecting a... expect maybe a small reaction off of this. All right. The only resistance I think we have is all the way down here. So we might want to come fill in all of this, or we just tap this 5-minute gap right there. Alright, this is a no trade day. We're just pumping. Yeah, we're not going to make up excuses to trade that day.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words,
We have some strong support right here. I'll mark out just the wick of this. We still haven't taken out this high though, which is pretty prominent as well. Maybe we take out that high and come lower. Let's see where the low volume nodes fall. Alright, pretty big one here. With some little bit of resistance right here in the center. 1 minute time frame. Really choppy. I think we need a manipulation here. Alright, looks like we're falling a little bit. Oh, was I not even at market open yet? Oh yeah, I wasn't even at market open. Still the same bias though. Alright, it looks like we closed above this low volume node. And I think we might want to push upwards into this area right here. And so I'm going to take a long here up into this. What am I doing? We're not taking longs. We're switching to shorts once we get that tap upwards. Although longs would have worked. There's also here. There's no 5-minute gap right there. That's prominent at least. And if we were going to take a long, we could have taken it on the retrace. Oh my goodness. Don't fight the trend. We're holding that resistance right there. 1 minute inverse. Ignore this. This looks like a good trade.
Cracked windshield.
What was that?
No.
But you can go to safelight.com and get it fixed now and pay later.
Awesome.
SafeLight can come to you for free. Don't wait. Get it fixed now and pay later at safelight.com.
All right. We did have the correct idea.
This is a meal. Saucy chicken Roma.
We tapped into this resistance right here.
Steak for just $7.99 each. Let's Asiago.
We hold it.
Asiago bagel stacks are
I'm pretty sure we get a hold of that green level too. My bad. I keep forgetting the ads. Super strong rejection off here. We held this low volume node. And we came back up and closed above it on the 1 minute time frame. Then we take a continuation long up to here. Which was 50 points. Which would be a green day if we took a 30-point loss and then a 50-point W. That'd be a 20-point win, which would be approximately, if we used one mini, it would be a we took a $30 loss, that's 500 loss, and then we took a 50 win. That'd be $1,000. That'd be a $500 win. Yeah. 50. Wait. That would be a 400 because 30 points. 30 points is a $600 stop loss, not $1,000. And as predicted, based on this level of support right here that we've had multiple times, we rejected here, 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 here. We had yet another rejection off the, we had a double top, and then we had a rejection off of this. Five more minutes. We'll do one more day. This is going to be our last day because I really got to go to bed so that I can wake up for church. Dang it, I hate these days so much, bro. When there's 3 of these, I hate them. Let's zoom out. For our time frame, we are at this level of resistance right here. We did just fill in this bottom 4-hour gap. I'm expecting maybe a push upwards again. Also, we're in a very bullish trend, so I'm expecting a bullish push. We also have our midnight open, which is above price, so obviously that's bullish. We're at the bottom of this range right here, and there's a very tiny 5-minute gap. I don't know if that counts. It's right that white line, which is right where we're sitting right now. We also have this level of support right here that price has been tapped into. We'll just mark out this whole thing. Mark out that. All right. So I would be expecting maybe a push downwards, then maybe an inverse. No inverse, but we are still holding this range a lot. We did just get our 1 minute inverse, I think.
You can't cut corners. You can't slack off.
Another ad. No, we did not get a 1 minute inverse yet, but I still think this is going to be a good trade. 1 minute inverse would be right there, although it's really sketchy with these low volume nodes that were stacked against us. Especially that one. But we're going to target this big one up here. We're just going to target that high. Ooh, you see that? A big, scary, low volume node. Oof. Oof. That's what I was afraid of. But I think now it'd be okay to take shorts, since we did just get a push through this area. We can look for a retracement back into this zone. I think we can take shorts. Perfect. We retap this 5 minute gap. We resisted it, so we'll do it right there. 20 point stop. 5 minute. Bro, why is it not showing me the... There we go. And where do we want to target? Let's target right there. Something small, but doable. Oof. We just got hit again. We just got wiped again. How much were we up? 40 points. We were up 44 points. Learned a lot today. Took some losses. Took like 2 wins, I think. But we were just playing around with this order flow and seeing how it reacts to what's it called? Support and resistance. And unfortunately, that is going to be all for today since we are going to bed, although this looks really enticing. Okay, let's see if it reacts to the Asia low. Or let's see if it just reacts like to this area. This little space right there. Bang, bro. Look at that. Trade off that equilibrium right there. 50 points. Wow. We're going to test this more tomorrow for sure. And we're definitely doing more than 1 hour. We're going to start earlier. We're going to start at like 6 p.m. and go until 10 p.m. That's 4 hours. We can really dial this in. Because is low volume just the space between the lows and the highs? Is that all low volume is? Did I just figure that out? Because if so... is it really just, I'm going to write this down. Is it really just the space? Also, is this the equilibrium of the new? Nah, bro, it ain't. But usually when it hits this level and respects it, it pushes all the way down. So if we took a trade off that and then did a 30-point stop, 30-point stop, and we targeted this area right here, would that work? No, because we are in an overall bullish trend. But that is a clean reaction off of the this gap that I just randomly drew. We're gonna test that. Peace. This is a really good stream. I think I actually learned a lot on this. Yeah, see y'all. Peace.